Software engineers ask me for job advice all the time, so here are 5 secrets that I've learned throughout my decades-long career as a senior engineer, lead engineer, principal, architect, manager, all of that stuff. But you know what? Since this doesn't involve any code and I live in scenic Oregon, let's take this one outside. Secret number 1 is that there are dumb questions, or at least questions that you might want to reconsider asking. So what kind of questions are these? Well, they're the ones that you should be able to answer for yourself. If you did a little debugging, made some code changes, seeing how they changed the behavior of the code, working through the debugger, or hitting up Google. Those are the kind of things that when you ask them and then somebody helps you out, you can take a little bit of a reputational hit if it's really easy to answer your question with public domain information. So you might want to reconsider asking them on that basis alone. But I got to tell you, in addition to that, you're missing a really good opportunity to learn how to do that debugging and learn how to work through code issues, read error messages, do the Googling yourself. Those are great skills to have as an engineer. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Now, this is a touchy subject because asking and answering questions makes you vulnerable. And people have cited the fact that they got negative responses to asking questions as part of the reason why they didn't enjoy or get into software engineering. So as someone who answers questions, please have a lot of empathy when it comes to answering questions and make sure that you are positive and nice about it. Secret number 2 is to show your value early. You passed the interview, you've asked some great questions, but you shouldn't really feel confident in your job until you've actually deployed code to production. That's when you really prove yourself as a coder on a team. You want to do that early on. Anytime that you get into a job or when you start with a team, you want to prove yourself early. You know, this is why a lot of companies keep a bucket of small issues, little text changes, or move this button here, or change this default value, little bugs that can be good onboarding for folks. And then you, when you show up on the team, on the first day, you're given a bug or two to work through. And the idea is that you'll install the code, get it up and running, make the change, go through code review, get it through CI/CD, and then out into production. And that's going to give you and the team a lot of confidence in your ability to deliver. And if the team's not doing that for you, all you got to do is just ask right in the beginning of that first stand-up. Say, hey, are there some bugs that I can pick up? Just prove your confidence and your value early to the team. You'll thank me later. Secret number 3 is really simple. Be nice. If you ask anybody who's been in the software business for a while, they will tell you they would much rather work with somebody who is competent but nice versus somebody who is insanely skilled but is a jerk, honestly, because you just have to work with that person, and having somebody that brings morale down and makes everybody feel lousy about themselves, nobody wants that. So just be nice. If you see somebody who's having a tough time, help them out. It's free, and it can give you a lot of credibility and good feelings on the team. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's been in hiring, firing decisions, I've seen nice people get given second chances where a mean person would not have. Secret number 4 is to take code reviews seriously. They are how a software team manages the quality of its software. So if you're asked to do a code review, then get really into it. Make sure that you cover every detail, because if it goes into production and it breaks, it's on you as much as it is on the original author. And then Paige Niederinghaus, my co-host on the React Roundup, offered also that when it comes to those initial code reviews you have, when you start getting onto a team and you put in some code, they're going to be really harsh. So don't take them all that personally. People tend to internalize code reviews. The best thing you can do is just kind of distance yourself from the code and say, you know what? If this is the way that they want to do it, then I'm going to do it that way. In particular, because early on in your experience with the team, you won't have had that credibility of getting stuff out into production on a consistent basis. They won't have that trust in you. So you want to follow their lead. And then as you gain that credibility, you'll be able to come back in and say, well, maybe here's some thoughts about some different ways to do it. And then go and give those back to the team and see if you can change the code review processes going forward. Secret number 5 is that everyone on a software team is gauged as either useful or useless. Sounds brutal, but when you think about it, it's the same thing when you're at school, A through F or pass, fail. It's that same kind of summation of everything that you've done. Have you been nice to the other members of the team? Have you helped them out when they were down? Have you put code quality first and put quality code into the code base? Have you done all the things that I mentioned in the previous 4 secrets? That's really important, and it adds to the value, your kind of value on that usefulness scale, and keeps you away from the useless zone where when the layoffs come around, you may end up being the target of a layoff. But now I want to hear from you. What's some advice that you have to pass on to the next generation of junior engineers? Of course, in the meantime, if you like the video, hit that like button. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button and click on that bell, and you'll be notified the next time a new Blue Collar Coder comes out.